All right, folks, we're gonna do a driving video of our 1972 BMW Hot Rod 2002. It's got a Paul Burke motor, a 5-speed transmission, and a limited slip differential. We're up here on Highway 128, which you might recognize from some of the Haggerty commercials. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take it down the road, get it up to speed. There's a nice corner section, and I'll try to put you inside the car. This 2002 is fast, and not just a little bit fast. Here I am, I'm cruising uphill at about 75 miles an hour. I'm revving 3,200 RPM with the 5-speed. Downshift to 4th, RPM stabilized at about 4,000 RPMs. If we tone it down a little bit, I'm cruising at about 65 miles an hour. In 5th gear, I'm revving about 2,600 RPMs, and that's at Colorado altitudes going up a hill. And mind you, I'm only taking it to 6,000 RPMs. I'm short shifting. I'm not even taking it to redline because I don't need to. The power band on this engine, transmission, and differential combo is beautiful. It's from about 2,000 RPM to 6,000. I don't really need to shift. I don't need to downshift like I do in some of the regular 2002s that we have. The sound is intoxicating. It's a mixture of intake noise through the velocity stacks on the carburetors and a very mild exhaust. And it's not so loud that despite my excitement that I couldn't carry on a conversation in here. I find myself unnecessarily flipping the throttle just to hear that intake sound and just to kind of let everybody else around me, including this WRX up here, like, hey, this isn't a normal 2002. You need to respect your elders with this car. Heel toe shifting and flip-flops. Perfect pedal placement. Thank you, BMW, for doing that. In every video, the great thing about a 2002, even one with as much power as this one has, is it has accessible limits. It's got usable, enjoyable, real-world performance. And when you roll the clock back a little bit and you just consider what this car was when it came out in the 70s, even in stock form, what a fantastic combination of performance, of usability. It really cemented the entry-level sports sedan segment. It defined what that was, because nothing like that existed before BMW started making these cars. And it was genesis for all the cars that followed. The E21, the E30, every BMW, even the modern 2 Series, can trace its lineage back to the recipe that was perfected in the 2002. So here we are back on a less enjoyable road. Although really every road's enjoyable in a 2002. Going down the road, like I said, it's quiet in here. This car has been extensively restored. It's got fantastic door seals, so there's not a lot of wind noise. I've got nice air coming in through the fresh air vents. There's no radio in this car, but you don't need one because the only soundtrack you need to listen to is this right here. I promise you that is better than anything you'll find on the radio. You can put a radio in if you want. There's some nice retro classic modern options I would suggest. 3-spoke steering wheel, absolutely perfect. It's a little bit, sticks out just a little bit further, which suits my driving position in the seat wonderfully. I sit a little bit taller in this seat than I do in the stock seats, a marginal amount. They're very nicely bolstered, and if I do that, I just barely hit the headliner. The headliner's been redone, but you can see this cross piece here is just over time it just slips a little bit, but that doesn't matter because I still hit it if I do that. I'm 6 foot 1 inch tall. It took forever for the previous owner to find him, but he found new old stock matching sun visors. So these have good foam. They're not all puffy like they get as the foam deteriorates over time. Going down the road, you can get a shot of the instrument cluster. I'm just cruising here at 65 miles per hour. I'm revving about 2,500 RPM. My temperature, it's about 96 degrees outside. My temperature is dead even on the gauge, and no warning lights or anything. One thing to point out is that at early idle, especially low idle, you'll get just a hint of the low voltage light. We put a voltmeter on it, the voltage regulator is functioning correctly, and you only see that if you're like in a dark garage with no lights on. So here we're coming up to a light, nice convertible E30 there, and I'll turn the blower motor on. So you can hear that, that's high, medium, low, and off. I was actually kind of having a bad morning today. Things were just stressful at Glen Shelley. Starting to feel overwhelmed by the workload I had. I was getting cranky. Maybe I haven't had enough caffeine. And literally, the 2002 did its work. I didn't even want to make this video because I was curmudgeon-y and 30 seconds behind the wheel, and I'm smiling. You know, and that's really what the 2002 and all these classic BMWs do, is they make the arduous task of driving fantastically enjoyable. They make the troubles of the world fade away. And maybe they don't do that for everybody, but if you have a drop of car enthusiast in your bloodstream, this car will absolutely do that to you.